This will be a story of our companion Gale, and the quest called The Wizard of Waterdeep. Gale mentioned that he needs a magical artifact to be consumed, but so far we don't know why, and that will be a start of our adventure. On the next campfire, Gale want to talk, and probably he want to consume one of my artifacts. But okay, let's go and talk
Always a
to him.
pleasure. Ah, glad you've a moment for me. My, predicament has become rather urgent. I need a magical artifact to consume. Right now.
I
I've
knew it.
already found enough magic to soothe its disquiet. If you'll just give me what I need.
Is that a curse? Is that some kind of weird magic? He's so mysterious. But let's give him an artifact. And it will be this locket. I don't need it.
Thank you.
Gale approves. I hope you're feeling better, friend.
That
She
hit the spot.
seems to be
I
happy.
can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
What sickness he possesses? Probably it's one of the hugest mysteries. One of many. But still, I want to know. I'm glad you're feeling better. Your condition sounds unpleasant, to say at least. Perhaps now you can tell me more.
Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour. Not just yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Okay?
My lord, I bow to your boundless kindness.
But let's take a look at the quest itself. The first part is completed, and we got a new objective: treat Gale's condition. And I believe we have to earn his trust and feed him a lot of artifacts. But you know what? I just need to know what's going on with him. What is his secret? So let's proceed. And one day during the campfire you will see that
Don't
the
waste a
Gale
step.
is looking extremely bad. Let's go and talk to him. Gale, what happened
My
in?
condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon.
No problem, friend.
Thank you.
I just hope you will feel better.
Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent.
It's time to make a confession.
I
Go
might
on.
just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a
Finally.
walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mistra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover.
That's quite a turn of the story.
It's fair to say her intimacy is not easily won. Nevertheless, I did. We
Good
enjoyed
job.
each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mistra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
How exactly did you try to cross those boundaries?
I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. Inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
No, tell me the whole story.
Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms, until the day Mistra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
What was the answer to this question?
The answer was to try. The outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mistra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. Bound and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
How are you still alive?
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however.
Go on.
I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
Is there nothing we can do?
We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. We might cross paths with a miracle round the bend. Then again, we might not. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
No, friend, you will stay with me.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
That was a long story, a very interesting confession, and now we know what's going on. So Gale is a walking bomb, but let's take a look at the journal. Yes, the first part is completed, and we got another one. Continue your journey. Gale's condition is no longer responding to treatment. We need to keep traveling and find another way to stabilize the orb. Well, let's do it, friends. Let's try to find this way. And when we will travel from the Grim Forge to the battlefield, we will meet a wizard with a message from Misra. And her proposal is very clear. If you want redemption, you must walk into the heart of Absolute and destroy it, because you remember Gale is a walking bomb. So destroying Absolute means Gale must destroy himself.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mistra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
And finally our heroes approach the heart of the Absolute. It's a moment for Gale to shine.
You said it was under control. The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Ball!
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown. It radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it. To hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mistra commands.
And there will be only few options. If you say first option, your adventure will continue. But if you follow the Mr. orders and choose the second option, let's see what will happen.
One last gust of weave. One last gale to end them all.
No!
Beneath the smoking ashes of Moonrise Towers, the Elder Brain lies destroyed. But what of the tadpoles it commanded? Freed of the Absolute's control, they will complete their transformations. A plague of illithids will soon descend on the Sword Coast, enslaving all they do not infect. It is an ending of sorts, though not the one destiny had in store for you.
Everyone will die and the game will end, so probably we must find another way to resolve Gale's problem. Following the other path, Gale suggests us to learn more about that Crown of Karsus, and to do it we need to visit a bookseller. And here we are in the lower city, standing near the Wizard Tower, and the bookseller here. She will be in this book tower, so let's go and talk to her. She will be a little bit hidden, not a big deal. We just need to go around this reception. Over here. And yep, this is a lady we need. Let's talk to her.
Literature department. Can I help you?
Well, we are looking for a book.
Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence.
Well, we have to whisper cause librarian completely loves silence. I'm trying to find out about a particular nether crown.
Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate.
No doubt about it.
Between us, even Master Leverokan was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiat Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
But of course. We need the first one.
It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself.
Oh yeah.
The Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra. Failed.
And he
Was
forged this
banished for
crown.
the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I need.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
So we need to read them. Sound perfect. How much for me to buy it from you?
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them. Nor can they do any
so
harm.
they are secured in a
Consider
vault.
yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread.
No, we will get this book and we will read it. But first, let's use persuasion. Any other checks will also do.
Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office.
Oh,
And
so your
before you
office.
ask, no, you are not allowed in there either.
I not always ask for permission, so, friends, let's find her office. And it will be on the second floor. Come on, friends, we need to go to the second floor. Over here. And there will be two doors, one this, and from the other side. The door we need will be to the left, over here, this door.
What to do?
Let's go and quickly unlock it. Let's gather our party members. All of you stay closer and let's make all of them invisible. You, Gale. Oh my god, Gale. I don't like to use this spell because they really need to stay very close. Okay, the second attempt. You, Gale, and me. Magic happened. Now
These boots
nobody
have seen
sees us.
everything.
We can go inside. Oh yeah. Fast, everybody, and let's close the door. The door is closed, the key we are looking for will be just on the table, and the other key, actually, the same key, will be over here. It's very weird. 2 keys, 1 keyhole. How does it work? The next thing we need to do, you see this book? We need to interact with it. Let's do it, and yep, it will open a portal to the vault, and the vault will be a real maze, but I will show you the way, don't worry. Let's go inside. This vault is truly mysterious place, full of wonders and treasures. So friends, be sure to check everything, literally everything. I will only show you the way to the book we need. So we must go over here. Cause this vault can be a maze, a huge maze. Let's go forward, don't forget about those chests. And over here will be plenty of traps, really a lot of traps. And you see the door we need is closed, so we will go straight ahead to this door.
A trap.
And in this room we need to find this door. Abjuration. Oh, and I trigger a trap. No way.
Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
Okay, wild, shadow. No, we need door called silver.
Mine. Better be careful
And
not to trigger that
finally,
thing.
you see this huge lever. Let's disconnect one of our party members and go push it. Excellent, and now we need to go back.
If not over.
All traps are triggered, but you take your time, disarm all of those traps. The door is called Wild. And now, my friends, you see? The door we are looking for is open and we can come in. Let's do it. And let's trigger more traps on the way. And finally we found, guess what? No, of course, a book we need.
Don't mind if I do.
Let's take it. Oh, quest updated and Gale want to say something. Let's go and talk to him.
The Annals of Karsus.
Oh yeah.
Preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Karsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page.
I know this book is dangerous, but Gale, I like him, really. Let's give a book to Gale. Oh, amazing, it's so ancient.
That devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The Crown of Karsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood.
Friends, you will have a choice to make him not reforge the crown or agree with him. He wants power, power of gods, and you know it can be dangerous.
Not from scratch. Unless you happen to have several pounds of the purest Netherese metals in that pack of yours. Don't worry. I'm not asking you to surrender anything else on my account. What's called for here is something altogether different. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it.
Reforge the crown? And...
To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last. would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
And I really believe this is a bad idea, but I agree, Gale.
I
I'm
don't know.
on your side.
Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mistra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus' successor.
Oh, you, Gale. Okay.
Neither of us can know what truly may be if we don't at least try. Potential is nothing in itself, just a fleeting dream unless we drag it into the waking world. Please, at least think on it. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mistra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. A long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it.
I understand this is a completely bad idea, but somehow Gale managed to convince me, so I agree.
I'm glad you can recognize this for the opportunity it is. Nevertheless, not a step to take lightly. It's our future that I'm thinking of. Can't rely on anyone else to do it for us. For now, we've learned all we can. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything.
So, friends, we have a book, we know what to do, we need to reforge the crown. Little left, we need to collect stones, so let's do it. I don't know is it possible to complete this quest, but Brain is defeated and crown fall into the sea, and that's how the Gale story ends.
But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Mistra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mistra's yoke. I could raise a new Netheril, right here in Faerun. It's I who should be saying such things. Do not think I leave you without a heart as heavy as your own. But I owe it to myself to follow where destiny leads. I'll never forget you. That I promise. And if you ever felt differently, there'll be a place waiting for you in the heavens.